What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here. We are live with the brothers for the Midday Live. And yeah, man, a lot has happened this weekend, which we will discuss with the brothers each and every time. But as usual, if you got 3 points, please raise your hands.
Yeah. You know what's annoying? I wanted everyone to be here for this bit. I was going to say if you didn't lose, because LB never gets his treatment. So if you didn't lose, we needed all other fans.
Yeah. Is it not getting boring for you, Roms, bro?
It is. It is. I feel like you. So how you once felt, LB, that's how I feel.
It's good, isn't it? It's good, isn't it, Roms? It's fucking minute, bro.
But now, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Listen, we're going to get... Don should be here in a minute. He just on a call. And it won't be Lee Gunner. It's going to be Dan Potts. Because, you know, Lee Gunner had his emergency... Was it 9-hour stream? It might have been. You know what I'm saying? But now, listen, Lee had some family emergency. So big up to Lee each and every time, man. You get me? It's all love. But we got the best replacement in town, man. And that is Dan Potts. Dan Potts, mate. How are you, mate?
I'm all right, man. Yeah, I'm all right, bro. I'm calmed down a bit, and I've accepted where we're at now. To be fair, I'd accepted where we were at quite a while ago, but yeah, tired and exhausted about it, man. But we'll get into it. But thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. It's only right, man. We have to start on yesterday's game. I felt for me, guys, I don't know about you lot, man, but it was a David Raya masterclass, man. I felt like for me that was almost David De Gea, man. I thought, yo, it's David De Gea there, bro. Like, it's actually David De Gea right there because, bro, he put in some David De Gea kind of saves, bro. And we played better second half than we did for the first half. The first half, we need to forget about, even though it was a brilliant free kick from Bruno Fernandes. But I generally believe we won that game 3-1 in the second half. We should have won that game, should I say, in the second half. Like, we made the better chances. Mazarawi won. The one from Bruno in the end. The Hoyland chance, oh my God, he should have buried that. He should have lifted his head up. I think Xerxes as well, he should have done better in this chance as well. Some big opportunities, man, that we had, man, and we didn't do it, man. And I'm gutted. I really am, because that's one of the best second half performances we played. And it seems to me that when we play against the bigger teams, the better teams, we kind of rise to it. Amarin rises to the occasion a little bit. So I can't lie, man. I'm a bit gutted. Obviously, for you lot, you try to play your side-to-side football, man. And I can't lie, I was a bit bored with that, man. I was just like, yo, get the ball off these lot, man. All they're doing is side-to-side. You know what I mean? Declan Rice goal was excellent. I can't lie, man. It was a brilliant goal. I thought him and David Raya were your best two players, especially Declan Rice. He was phenomenal for me. But yeah, man, gutted. But also, you know what? Fair play to lads. They put a shift in. It is Arsenal. You have to still remember that you're not a shit team. You're not a rubbish team. You know what I mean? And ultimately, you know, we get a point, and we deserve more. We did deserve more. And yeah, if we had our shooting boots on, if David Wright had an off day, that would have been a 3-1 for United, man.
At least.
Yeah, at least, yeah. So I'm kind of gutted in that one. But yeah, man, Dan, man, how do you see it, man, in your kind of opinion, the game, how it went, man, for you?
Yeah, very similarly to you, actually. I think you've picked out the players that I would have highlighted from an Arsenal perspective. Declan Rice was unreal, man, and has been, to be fair, for the last couple of games. I'm still not a fan of him in that kind of 8 role. I love him as a 6, but personally thought he's been excellent for the last 2, and I can't complain about his performances. His last-ditch tackle on Hoyland was unbelievable. If I'm honest with you, he's got to get that right, and he did. He was excellent. Gabriel made one as well, but I thought Gabriel and Saliba were a bit meh, if I'm honest with you. Timber was really good, but Raya, wow. I mean, I felt like he was at fault for the goal, along with Trossard and Calafiori, by the way, who gave away a stupid foul. But Raya, his positioning was wrong. However, he made up for it, man. I mean, he got something out of the game for us. So we would have lost the game, to be fair. But we stink going forward, man. And we have done all season, to be honest. Even with Saka and Havertz, people are saying we're depleted with injuries. Like, Man United had more injuries than us yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, your bench was disgraceful. It was 17, 18-year-olds, apart from Hoyland. So I look at our bench, and we've got a guy that's earned millions of pounds, from Chelsea and Arsenal that's sitting there staring into space behind Tierney and Zinchenko now, as well as Ethan and Havertz and Martinelli and Saka when they're all fit, and Trossard. He's not getting minutes, and I've got to look at the manager Saeed as well. Yesterday, I thought it was abysmal performance from him. I thought it was absolutely embarrassing. To bring on Tierney as a left winger and cross the ball into 5'4" Trossard, if that's going to try and win you a game, then I need a new manager, man, because that is a stinky way to try and win a football game against a side who, by the way, are embarrassingly bad, as you would even admit, Saeed, one of the worst United sides I've seen in the history of the Premier League. Could have quite easily and comfortably beat us yesterday. And that's our strongest 11 bar Saka and Havertz. So that's a worry when that happens, yeah? Some will say it's a flip of a coin between Trossard and Martinelli. Well, both of them played yesterday, parts of the game. Ethan is probably one of our most attractive players at the moment going forward at 17. He played yesterday. And then obviously you've got Marino up top, who I don't quite understand what he is, if I'm honest. He's not a centre forward, but we knew that. But I'm not quite sure he's a midfielder either, because when we put him in midfield, the only reason Højlund and Rice had that coming together was because of his bad mucking around on the ball bozo moment. Calafiori, don't get him. Seen enough of him. Don't want to see him at left back anymore. How many more people are going to skin this, brother? I mean, there's Garnacho alongside Wan-Bissaka alongside. Who was the other guy? There was another guy. Oh, Forest lad, Hudson-Odoi. I really don't get it, if I'm honest. But apparently, it's another year. It's injuries. It's David Coote. He's the reason we've lost the title. The Queen died. All these fans are just coming out with these classic examples of reasons as to why we're not going to win the league again. And I'm sick of it, man, because the fans come for me when I start saying that I don't believe this. Well, it's not the manager. It's not the owner's fault. They spent 700 million. It's not well, whose fault is it then? Is it everybody else's fault? Liverpool have been lucky, I keep hearing. David Coote, as soon as he got banned, Liverpool were clearly going to win it because David Coote was doing some lines. The Queen died, so we weren't going to win the league. What is happening with this fan base? I'm sick and tired of hearing all this crap every single season. Maybe the manager ain't good enough. Maybe he's taken us as far as he can. Maybe we need a winner now. Yeah, maybe the owners are a disgrace for leaving us short in the summer and January. Has anyone ever thought of this? All these fans do is tell me that I'm toxic and negative for trying to demand more and the best. And I'm getting let down every year. I'm tired of it, man. Maybe the fans deserve this. Maybe they deserve us to go finish 5th and 6th or something. Because that could happen, by the way, playing like that. Yeah, because we ain't beating Chelsea. That's got a boring 0-0 draw written all over it, that has. Yeah? So, for me, I do not see how we move forward from this. And at the moment, people are relying on Andrea Berta coming in and a good summer. But I've heard of what summer war chest for the last 10 years, and it ain't happened. So, where I'm at right now with the game yesterday, I didn't really learn much other than we still need more players in the attack, and we haven't done enough. And that's just facts, in my opinion. I don't think that's an opinion. I think that's facts. If anyone watches the last few games and says that Arsenal don't need a new front line, then I don't think you understand the game. I think you may as well stick to basketball or another sport, because it ain't for you, man. It's so obvious. So obvious.
Yeah. You know what it is for you lot? Like, it's a lot of like side to side, man. Like, it's just predictable. And we just, all we did was...
And that must be a manager thing, Saeed. That must be a manager thing. There's no way they're getting on the ball going, I don't really want to go forward to this. Let's pass it around here at the back like we're on the beach. And Gabriel and Saliba's passing together is actually getting right on my nerves now, because there's so many opportunities where they can push it forward, you know. And Declan Rice was brilliant yesterday. No idea why he's shushing the crowd. Yeah, because when Darwin Nunez equalised, they got the ball and went back and tried to win the game. Yeah, we're getting 1-1 and he's doing all this. Where was he shushing? They're 14th, man.
I don't think it was brilliant. I just think he was the best of a bad bunch, to be honest. I think
Who's that?
Declan Rice, bro. I don't think
he was good. He was good, bro.
He was good.
Man, I think he was good off the ball, right? He made a very good tackle for the Rasmus thing. He scored that goal. But away from that, bro, offensively, what did he offer them in that role? What did he offer them, bro?
The creator wasn't creating an Odegaard.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you have to give Rice his. Rice was trying to do everything. He was literally trying to do everyone.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. I'm not pointing my fingers at Rice here. I'm pointing my fingers at Arteta, right?
Yes,
because Potts. The thing with me right now, when I look at Arsenal, they're going through a period where they're now stale, right? And when you talk about side to side, if they have different personnel in different positions, for me, I think they'll start to play better, right? If they take Rice out of that 8 and they play him as a 6, for example, and they go and bring in a Morgan Gibbs-White, They go bring in someone that's a little bit more creative
Morgan
to play
Rogers, man. Rogers,
in
that's
that
what I
left half
want.
space. It's more like a Rogers. You'll see Arsenal offensively do things that players like Rice can't do because they're more
Ultimately, what you're saying though,
more
Don, is
skilled
they
in that
need
role.
someone more creative than Odegaard because Odegaard's been, I don't know how or why, he keeps getting excuses. He's been back.
I'm with you, George.
3 months.
I'm with you, George. I'm with you.
He's
No
he
more
they keep saying he
excuses
was
for him,
injured.
man.
He was injured 4 months ago now. Like he come back from injury. He had the same thing last year where he started the season well, rubbish, and then he come back and he had a great end to season. Now, when you guys are looking at him to step up, Odegaard's nowhere to be seen. Like he doesn't
out,
show
man.
no captain
Saka stepped up
mentality.
when Odegaard was out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Odegaard ain't a creator.
Their whole
Odegaard ain't a creator.
midfield, their whole midfield, like when you talk about Odegaard, right, in terms of the creativity, that's been lacking massively, right?
It's always been lacking massively. People have put him into this category of he's a creator. I don't think he's a natural creator.
He's not. That's the point. That's what I'm getting at here, OB. That's what I'm getting at here, right? When people like to crash it on their attack, because we know Martinelli and that Trossard, they need upgrades on these guys. Saka's their best attacker. Yeah, we know they need to have upgrades on Havertz. But when I'm looking at their midfield as well, they haven't really got much GNA in that midfield consistently, bro. Right? They haven't really got a mad creator like a Palmer or even like a Bruno, right? They haven't really got anyone that gets goals from midfield, really. You know what I mean? So I look at that area of the pitch as well. I think there's a little bit of, upgrade in that area, bro.
Don, this brings up, not even just for you, for the panel, because me and Potts just spoke about this on Judge's channel. There's a discourse from Arsenal fans saying that Odegaard's more of an 8 than a 10. So, of what you're just saying, do you agree with that? Do you think he's better from deeper?
Yeah, I think he's more of an 8, innit?
I agree.
I think he's more of an 8 because obviously off the ball he presses. He's able to like connect the dots, give the pass before the main pass. But in terms of actually, eye of a needle pass consistently creating, like, for example, Enzo Fernandez and Palmer. When you watch these guys, they create consistently for us, bro. Right? I don't know. I'm not even just saying this. They do. If you go check the stats and whatnot, and you go watch our games, Cole Palmer.
Enzo's better than Odegaard. You get what you're saying? Enzo's better than Odegaard. No, that's what you're trying to say.
Cole Palmer and Enzo create way more chances than their midfield. Way more chances than their midfield. Arsenal might be better defensively, but our midfield is more effective than theirs, bro. It's a fact. You know what I mean? So that's not.
I think your midfield is more effective. Your midfield doesn't have Enzo in it. Let's just be real. Your midfield, Lavia, Caicedo, Palmer would be your best. Enzo doesn't get in it, bro. Let's just stop.
What's this? Hold on, Potts. You just.
Let's not do this.
Hold on. I'm not even gonna. I don't want to talk about Chelsea yet, but bro, Enzo's been one of our best players this season. So why
you also said Caicedo, Lavia, and Palmer's the best midfield.
Like we literally dropped Lavia at one point of the season, and we struggled.
No, but you're the one that's consistently said that you're missing Lavia's profile in your team.
Of course we are. Against
so Lavia starts.
So he doesn't need to start every game. It doesn't need to start every game.
This is what a 1-0 win to Leicester does.
You don't need to start every game. But anyway, the point that I'm making is those two midfielders, right, create a lot of chances for us. I don't see Arsenal midfielders really doing that. I'll be real. I don't see that. That's missing in your team, bro. It's lacking.
Do you know what? Yeah. And I know, like Potts was saying earlier, he's a captain. He needs to still do more. But you see, we in Odegaard's best season, so the season we expected him not to challenge and the World Cup year, right? Yeah. Do you think when Arsenal don't have runners in behind, like your Saka, your Martinelli, it takes away from Odegaard's game? Because if we're going to sit here and lie and say he can't play that eye of the needle through ball, he can. We saw it in that season. We even saw it last season. I feel like the fact they've now got a Trossard and Enquiries, let's just be honest, they're inside forwards. They're not touchdown winners. They don't run in behind. Do you think that also takes away from Trossard's game?
I think Odegaard and Ozil being put in the same bracket. One, I think that's mad. But two, Ozil needed everything around him, and then all of a sudden it was like, boom, this guy is absolutely unbelievable. And when it wasn't there, he wasn't as good. And I wasn't a massive Ozil fan. I'll put that out there. But and I'm not a massive Odegaard fan. I don't put him anywhere near the level of that, or Fabregas, or even Santi Cazorla, or Paul Merson, or people I grew up on, right? But when I look at it right now, I think Odegaard's a good player. The captaincy thing is a mad thing for me because he goes hiding in too many games. I look at Gabriel and Rice as my captains and my leaders, yeah? But with Odegaard, you need everything around him. And at the moment, when you haven't got one of those, two of those pieces, he looks an absolute mess. And in a low block, by the way, yeah? He looks an absolute mess. Like, it literally doesn't know what to do. Doesn't when there's no see-through passes, when it's difficult for him, he's got that, not the ability, because his shot is so bad. Like, he's not got a powerful shot on him at all. You know, Curtis calls him pillow foot for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Because the guy literally cannot shoot. It's absolutely crazy. Big up to Jay. So look, man, there's definitely problems with him. And there's definitely problems with our front line. And if I'm honest with you, there's massive problems with the manager that the fan base don't want to accept.
He lost his head yesterday, man. What do you mean him losing his head yesterday?
Rattled, bro. I mean, that is when you know you're rattled, innit? Like, I didn't even think the report was asking bad questions, by the way. Yeah. He asked him if the title race was done and he walked off with a hump like a 15-year-old child. And then he asked him if he needed a January trial. Yeah, he ran away. I mean, he couldn't even get his interview across the line, let alone a title. Jesus.
Even last week, when he said over my dead body, I know if you know, you probably started listening to Drake. Drake, take care. That's the first song.
Honestly, man.
But even last week, even last week, he didn't believe that. Like, he was just saying, this is what Ten Hag used to decide. You would agree. He'll just spew out nonsense. That you just say things to say things. When he said this title is over, let's be honest. After West, for me, it was over before West Ham. But West Ham was like the definitive.
That was the killer. Yeah.
That was the killer. And when they asked him, "Is it done?" Over my dead body, is still not done. And Declan Rice yesterday, right? Oh, you never know in that. Come on, like there's realistic in this.
They have to say that, right? Because they can't say, "Oh, it's done." Yeah, we're just making up fixture schedules now. Like, they can't say that. But when you're sitting there saying over my dead body, well, when's the funeral, man? Like, come on, what's happening here? Like, this is embarrassing now. And he's come out with this. We're in phase 4 of 5 again. When someone's asked him phase questions, he walks away. We didn't need a January sign. It's nothing to do with him buying a signing in January. The guy's just becoming a bit of a clown, if I'm honest.
No, he's a compulsive liar, is what he is. Yeah, that's the truth, isn't it? We all know this. Yeah, he's a liar. You know what I mean? He can come out here and say over my dead body, and then the week after storm out of an interview. Like, so what's happened to the dead body then, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this guy's a liar. And for me, I think this project is blowing up, man. It's blowing up right in front of our very eyes. Because I have serious questions about where Arsenal go from here. Because you look at it now, people talking about a rebuild. A rebuild what? Yeah, we won nothing, man. That's where you have a rebuild. Like, City need a rebuild, yeah. We just won 4 trophies. We need a rebuild. Arsenal need a rebuild. Yeah, won nothing. Do you know what I mean? So what? We're going to spend another 250, 300 mil? You know what I'm saying? And like, then I see it at Potsy get this shit all the time. He was on my channel last week with the lads, and he's getting shit off Arsenal fans in my chat. You know what I mean? For very reasonable things. Here's what I think, as an outsider. I think a lot of the Arsenal fans, some of them now are becoming intolerant to other people's views and very reasonable views. Someone like me who's like not an Arsenal fan, I listen to Potsy speak. I think Potsy's like speaking facts and fair comment. And a lot of these Arsenal fans are intolerant to these views, man. And it's like, bro, at what point, do you actually, like, United won 2 trophies and still sacked Ten Hag? Do you know that? You know what we're doing here?
Why do you think he's so protected? Why do we think as a panel?
I know why he's protected. Is because some of your fan base are scared that if you get rid of Arteta, you'll go back to being a banner.
Yeah, no, but you have to remember it's because your fans are used to this. For one, like it's you guys are like, no. Do you know what? It's like that guy that comes out of a relationship and goes straight back into another one, and he comes out of it, he's straight into, like, you're too used to this like long term business. You obviously came from Wenger, where he was with you guys for long, went to Emery, and as soon as you started to see murky waters of Emery, it was like we shifted, and again it was back to comfortability. Why did you choose Arteta? Because he was a club captain. It's a familiar face. He brings, it's the sentiment, and that's the thing about Arsenal, is Arsenal fans are so stuck onto this sentiment, and that's what they're doing right now. Fans like Potts, they're trying to uphold standards for his club and be like, do you know what? Forget the sentiment. At the end of the day, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. We need someone new in. There's a load of fans going, no, but do you know what? Look at this context, look at this excuse, and they're going to keep giving as many reasons as they can because they like Arteta. That's the reason why, is because they like Arteta more than they like their club. That's the ultimate end of it. And it's like with players. We saw someone say something like they wouldn't give up Saka. I saw a thing about I wouldn't give up Saka for a trophy or something like that. Like, they're too in love with the players and the manager rather than they forget that you're a club. You support your club, bro. You know, at the end of the day, there is so many managers out there that can bring something different to Arteta. And as we've seen with Liverpool, a refresh, a new start. Whether it's Inzaghi, Xavi, someone could just come in and give these players a new lease of life. And it's like, rah, this is different. This is new. And then they just jump that extra step, that little bit extra they need to go to the league. But a lot of Arsenal fans just deluded to think that Arteta is the only one that can take them there.
And do you know what, George? if anything, they best do it now because you'll rather another manager come in with a pretty good squad because we're not all going to sit and say Arsenal squad ain't good because you saw under United with Fergie. Let's be honest, Fergie he won the league, but that squad weren't.
He left the squad in a bad place. Yeah,
exactly. Arsene Wenger under Arsenal called us. It was better for me. It wasn't.
With Andrea Berta coming in, like I want him out this summer because Andrea Berta's coming in, and then this.
Has he got enough power though? Has he got enough power to get?
Well, I don't know yet. Saeed. This is the problem. I don't know who's got the power.
Yeah,
I do know who's got the power.
Yeah, I think you kind of. It's a kind of a weird situation, right? I don't think Arteta will be sacked unless you guys go out in the top 4. And I think you're getting top 4 for me for the next couple of years. I don't see really anyone budging Arsenal out of that top 4. I think Chelsea will have a good season, maybe have an off season. United will be still where they are, down where we are. Tottenham, not the same as well. Like Man City, obviously, they're going to be back and whatnot next season. But Arsenal are going to still be where they are. They're going to still be competing. Yeah. So it's like, it's going to take something extremely bad.
I agree. I think he's going to be here, whatever. I think maybe if we dropped out of Europe, then obviously there's a decision to be made. But I actually do believe even if he came 5th, which I think will get you Champions League, they'll keep him. Yeah, so for me, I think we probably are going to float around 2nd.
You will have to walk.
Yeah, and you know what? I'd have so much respect for him if he walked and said, you know what? I think I've underachieved. I'm going. We ain't going to do that when he's on £15 million a year. Yeah, so we're stuck with this guy. And, you know, if you were going to make a change from ownership level, this would be the summer to do it. Not for the fact that he's underachieved, but the fact that your new direction is now coming in with Andrea Berta and whoever you appoint. If it's Diego Simeone, Simone Inzaghi, I don't think Cronkies want managers like that, man. They want a manager that they're going to be a yes man to. They don't want people like the Conte situation at Spurs. They don't. That would happen if we got in somebody like Carlo Ancelotti or Simone. They're going to walk. Yeah? How much money have I got to spend? Well, 70 really, and try and get one like Rashford on loan or something. Yeah, that's what we do around here. Nah, they're going to walk. They say no, thank you. So it is an ownership problem from top. It's not just Mikel Arteta, but this guy's had enough time. I don't know a luckier manager than Mikel Arteta. 5 years in the job, and I know a fun fact I found out. 5 years Mikel Arteta's been in the job. Arne Slot's been in the job 7. He's been in a manager for 7 years, Arne Slot. And this guy, apparently Marteta as a novice. Well, this guy's walked in as a novice and he's won a Premier League. So 2 years more he's done it. I'm just like, do you know what? Let's actually just look at the situation now and realize that we're in a position where the guy just can't get us across the line. There's no doubt, and he's done a good job. It's a nice place again. We're competing again. We're challenging again. But I need someone to get me across the line, and I don't think it's this guy. And some of the signings that he's brought in now are proving that to be the case, that they just ain't good enough. That summer window of Sterling, Neto, Marino, and Calafiori is one of the worst I've ever seen in the history of the club. And then obviously in January, we did nothing on top of that. So no one tell me that we're in a great position with the last few windows, because we're an absolute mess. So that's where I'm at with it. And I don't think we're going anywhere with it. I thought yesterday it proved that we were just so blunt up front. It was embarrassing. We've got a position in midfield where we can't really get the balance right still. And I actually think that's been as bad in our midfield this season, other than Partey maybe, than our front three. That's where I will agree with Don. As much as I think Rice has been good in the last couple of games, I don't want him in the position Don's right. I don't want him in that position. Do you know what I'm saying? And defensively, it's all we've got. Literally all we've got. And we're still conceding goals. We haven't scored a corner since December against Fulham away. And we're a set piece LA people were singing for most of the season. We haven't scored them for a long time. We did
well there. We did well to manage them set pieces. I can't lie.
Well, people always said that was never sustainable, because at some point,
of course,
I know Saka was great at set piece taking, but at some point, clubs would eventually fucking realize how to stop fucking letting Arsenal score. And to be honest, it was a disgrace that the league took that long to actually sort it out. Do you know what I mean? But that was never a sustainable. Literally every time they got a corner, you thought they were going to score. Do you know what I mean? That was not sustainable, man. I think one of the problems with Arteta is that he is a good manager, isn't it?
He is.
But the thing is, maybe he needs to be worse so they actually get rid of him, because he doesn't appear to be good enough to win stuff, but he's actually good. So people are like, no, I'll give him another year. I'll give him another year. I'll give him another year. And it's like, if he was a bit worse, then maybe more people would be like, nah, just get rid of him. But the fact is, he is a good manager. But is he good enough to get them over the line at this moment in time? No, he's not.
LB, you know he's a good manager. But when Pep has him as his assistant manager, a lot the manager speak highly of him. But I just think he used Arsenal as a stepping stone. He's used them for work experience. Like his first job shouldn't have been Arsenal. And they like George was saying earlier,
I don't think it's a stepping stone. I don't think he's going to get.
I think no, LB. Do you know why I think it is? Because I actually believe maybe not the Prem, but in other countries, I think Arteta will actually win things. That's why I'm saying for me, it's more work experience in the stepping stone because they gave a novice his first job at Arsenal through like George.
But let me then ask you the question then, Roms. So you're saying it's a stepping stone. So when you use a stepping stone, you usually go into bigger and better things. What club in the world is bigger and better than Arsenal? Want Arteta?
Maybe I worded
it wrong. Do you want him at Liverpool?
No way.
I don't want him at
No, but you know what? No, but when you say bigger, there's a lot of clubs that are technically bigger that he could go to. Like one of these Italian clubs, one of these Spanish. Like when you talk about, let's just say Atletico, Barcelona, they're probably going to look. If once they move on from their managers, he'll be one of the options. Juventus, AC Milan, like PSG, all of these teams, he will go to one of these top clubs regardless. Now that he's put himself at a certain level in a certain conversation. Because let's have it right. As much as some of us don't rate what he's doing and that he's in phase 6 and still not won a trophy like a major, he is still a good manager. Like Arteta is still a good manager. And I feel like maybe in a different team somewhere else he might be successful. But I feel like right now, because he's been at Arsenal for so long, he's got too much power over there. Like he's allowed to say too much in the transfers, and he's got to that point of when he go, I don't want him. I don't want him. And that's just why, like we saw with Klopp, those decisions, they're the ones that ultimately got his job.
And that's the dynamic that's going to be interesting with this new guy they brought in, bro. Right? Because this guy is not learning on the job like Edu. Right? Yep. Edu and Arteta were both learning on the job. This guy's got clout, bro. Right? This guy won the league in Spain when Messi and Neymar and all these men were all at Barcelona, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if he was here already and Arteta had the season that he had, I reckon he probably sacks this guy, bro. Right? Because you go out to Newcastle 4-0. You go out to one of the worst United teams, the worst United team I've seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? Right? You missed those chances in those games to win the game, but the person who missed those big chances is Kai Havertz, a guy that you saw missing chance after chance at Chelsea, but you went and spent 65 million on him. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah. So all of these things intertwined. If they had this guy before, he probably goes this season. But now, looking at the situation now, I reckon he's got one more year in it. Because if you don't win anything again, bro, Saliba and these guys, he'll be a clown to even sign a new contract.
Saliba's got 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah, exactly.
You're spot on with this spot on director here. You actually have to let him delegate. I've been saying, I don't know why managers want to take on other roles. Just do your job. Just coach. Just win things on the pitch. Because George mentioned Klopp, which I was going to do it, right? Klopp has way more credit in the bank than Arteta. Won everything there is to win. But you saw when he wanted to extend contracts of Milner, Henderson, signing Darwin Núñez and whatnot, Edwards didn't sanction none of this. So he cut. He's like, hold on, if we're not on the same page, I'm leaving. It's no coincidence the minute Klopp leaves, FSG call Edwards. Edwards comes back with who's? That's what I mean. Like sometimes you can't have a power trip. You can't take over things you're not really capable of doing. Do you know what I mean? I think Arteta can't be disagreeing with Berta because, like you said, Don, I think Berta will either sack him if it's his job, but maybe it might be upstairs, but Berta will either sack him or they'll just start clashing, and then that'll probably be reflected in the signing. And I think that's murmurs, correct me if I'm wrong, Potts, why Edu left, right? Because they just weren't seeing eye to eye with players.
It's like what you said there, Roms, though. Like, will Berta even have the authority to come in and sack Arteta? Because I don't think he is. Yeah. I feel like he's going to come into it and it's Arteta's club. Arteta's going to know this is my club. He's buddy with Josh. He's going to, if there's any problem, it's one of them ones. He's going to go to Berta's boss.
That's why. It's going to go one way or the other. It is going to go one way or the other. He's going to, and I think the summer will probably be quite a good one now that he's in, right? Or at least have more confidence to be better than it was without him. However, it don't mean that they're going to get on pretty. It don't mean that Arteta's going to be, okay, I'll shut up. It might mean Arteta's got to shut up, but will he? Is he going to have that powerful voice and say, no, actually, I know you want to go and get Isak, but I want Sesko? Not that might happen, but that's just an example. Look at Marino. Look at Calafiori. Some of these guys that we're going to win. Like I was with Roms a minute ago reading off names of strikers in the last 5 years that would have quite comfortably come into Arsenal and done well, or at least started over what we've got. And he didn't buy any of them. You can't spend 700 million or 759 million, I think it is, or something like that now that he's spent since he's been here and not buy a forward. What is going on here, man?
You know what will happen, though? Like you just said like an hour ago, right? What will happen is you said this is the dangerous thing about your club. More fans are Arteta FC than Arsenal FC. You know, if that was to happen where Berta wants a certain player and Arteta doesn't, all the Arteta FC people will be like, you know what? Yeah, we side with Arteta still, and then that's where the damage.
And that's where there's a fallout. And this is why I believe. I mean, something's happened there. Edu's not just walked out. A lot of people think he's gone to Forest for money, right? Maybe he's gone to Forest with an opportunity of money and growing. But alongside that, the reason he wanted that is because obviously he's not been happy. So he's had a chat and he's gone, right, okay, I'll go over there then. That's what's happened. Now, Arteta and Josh are the two most powerful voices at the club. Burton needs to have a more powerful voice than Mikel Arteta now. Right, I don't care if Kroenke wants a powerful voice because he's the owner of the club, right? But when you look at what Berto has done, you need to look at that and go, right, you're the longevity, and Arteta, your time's nearly up. You're the one under pressure, not the other way round. It shouldn't be like, right, Berto, you're coming in, you better win something this year. That's on the manager, yeah? So, look, Berto's a good appointment. I think it's a great appointment, in fact. Let's see what he can do. The list of names he's brought in is unbelievable. So let's look at what he can do. But there needs to be a connection here that we need to be moving forward because the time's ticking, man. I'll be getting rid of him in the summer if he doesn't win the Champions League, which I clearly don't think he's going to. And then you get a lot of the fans that are, like Rom says, they're trying to build his CV, bless them. They're all sitting there going, oh, how's he doing? Is he doing well? I couldn't give a damn who this manager is, man. Real talk. I honestly don't care who the manager is. If they're winning, great. I don't care if they've got experience or not experience. If they're winning, I'm happy. If they ain't got, if they're not winning, I want them out, man. That's just the way it is.
Just to give United a bit of credit, I thought Aiden Heaven came in on, obviously former Arsenal player. I thought he was quality. Looked great. He looked great. 18 years old, man. He's built, man, for his age, bro. Like
he's a good player.
Him and Chido Obi, man, they're huge. They're not. We might have to check their passports, man. I'm being real. And them kids look big. They look grown.
I don't know what they're feeding. They're having a lot of, I don't know, man, powdered yam.
You know what, Saeed, a bit of banter, but it's not even banter. Hoyland needs to thank Declan Rice because he just would have made his big chances miss record even better. Because Hoyland still wouldn't have scored that. Like,
that was crazy, bro. I know Rice. Listen, that recovery tackle from Rice was brilliant, right?
But that doesn't happen though. Hoyland does.
Yeah, Hoyland just needs to shoot. But if he shot, let's be honest, side. Do you think that ends in the back?
I don't know. But you should have seen
terrible, man. He is actually so bad that Hoyland.
You know the East Stand,
the worst. He's the
worst. The East Stand, because I'm right behind the goal here on the second tier. The whole East Stand just went, oh my God. You know when you're in the stadium, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
There was a guy like, bro, he was frothing in the back. There was a guy going mad in the front. Yo, they were like, honestly, bro, it was bad, bro. But I can't fault the performance, man. I generally can't. Like, even Lindelof played well. I don't rate Lindelof. Yeah. He actually played well. He stepped in midfield, started driving the ball.
I thought Bruno was good, man. I've got to say, I thought Bruno was actually good.
I thought Garnacho played well, to be honest with you. Oh, he played quite well, Garnacho. He was funny.
I think one thing that's been consistent,
Garnacho played well.
He actually did. He did.
I think one thing that's been consistent this whole season is Saeed just being wrong about his club. Now, do you know what? We need to talk about it because Bruno right now, Bruno has been your savior in your worst. You called him out into the car park just a couple months ago, and now he's the guy that's saving you game in, game out, getting you draws, getting you points. And this is what he's been for your club. At your worst, at your best, it's been Bruno. Like without Bruno, you're nothing.
Man. You see what it is with Bruno, man. Like I said, he plays one way, but when it's going horribly bad, you don't see the other side of Bruno. But I've always given credit. Like when Bruno scores and he provides in big moments, I'll give him the respect he deserves. But at the same time, I'm not going to flip flop on my decision on what I think about Bruno Fernandes. Like it's just me. Like I just don't rate this sort of play. Same way people don't rate Odegaard. There's things that I like in Odegaard's quality that people might not like.
Right.
So with Bruno, it's a one way of playing. And he does excellently well when it's in them pressured moments. But when it's actually you need to play as a team, I think sometimes you can't get fooled by these little gimmicks. I think for me anyway, personally. But listen, fair play to Bruno, man.
But I think he got unfair because I'm not his biggest fan like yourself. But I think he got unfair stick yesterday. Like, hold on, the wall was further back than it should have. That has nothing to do with Bruno. He still did his job. If anything, I rate Bruno more for it because he's like, you know what? They're further back. He probably clocked. They're further back than they need to be. Let me get my measurements right. And it was a good free kick. Raya's position should have been better. I'm not taking anything from Bruno, but it wasn't even right in the corner. It was kind of centrally, it was kind of in the middle of the goal. But Bruno, you have to give props for Bruno for that. He's like, you know what? He's further back. I'm gonna size this up properly how I need to do it.
So, what is Raya though doing, mate? Like, can we speak on Raya? Because I've got to say actually, like I thought Raya was probably Arsenal's man of the match because some of these saves was crazy. But like on that goal kick, like I've been watching along. I was saying, like, what is he doing? What's he doing? He's giving so much space on that side, man. And it's not like Bruno put it in the top bins. Like, bro, it was like a yard or yard.
They did it on Match of the Day, LB, right? Last night, I don't know if you saw it. And then they asked Shay Given, because he was on there, Rooney and Given were on there. And they said, why is he standing there? And he goes, I don't know. And I was like, well, he's a goalkeeper. And he's saying he doesn't know, right? So I was doing a watch along, me and Judges, right? And I said, why is Raya standing there? He's basically saying, like, here you go. Go there up there. Go,
basically, yeah.
And that's what. And to be fair, he didn't even put it in the top bins. He didn't need to be in the top bins.
That's what
I'm
saying.
You know what Ray was doing? We've all played FIFA. Yeah? You know when he used to press, I think it was the square button, so the keeper can stop telling you where to go. That's what Ray was doing.
It was mad.
I think he was relying on the wall blocking it, and he thought, let me just leave all this space in case they went the other side. But it was poor. It was just poor.
It was bad, but I do blame Trossard more, man, and Calafiori for that foul. What were they doing there? That was absolutely horrendous. That. So Raya got us out of trouble, to be fair, but he was bad.
No, he was good. I think Ray's a really good goalkeeper, but I've got to say that on the free kick was mad. And do you not remember the penalty shootout a couple of weeks ago when he was like diving before the guy was even before he was even? I think set pieces he might have a bit of a problem, but overall he's a top goalkeeper, man.
That was Raya. That was like what Roms is saying when in FIFA, where you dive too quickly. That was what Raya was doing.
I don't know where to go. Yeah. You know what it is though? A bit of credit for, listen, we smoke Amorim every week on this show, yeah? You know why I'm going to give him credit? And it's why PSV are idiots, in my opinion, yeah? I know they're at home. They had a 14-15 game unbeaten run in Europe. But there's a blueprint to beat Arsenal. Just 100%. Stay solid. They can't break you down. Yeah. And Amorim said, you know what? I don't really have the players. Let me just park the bus and keep hitting on the counter. And United, Jenny, you said it earlier, it's that 2 points drop. United Jenny should have won that game. There's a blueprint to beat Arsenal, and most teams going forward should follow it. I don't know if Maresca will against Arsenal, but I think if a lot of teams follow that blueprint for the rest of the season, you'll see Arsenal dropping a lot more points. Bro, or maybe just draws.
When we played them last season, right, that was one of the few games where Poch set us up well. Like off the ball, was very compact. We weren't letting them really break us down. If you remember, they had no big chances created for like 70 minutes until fucking Sanchez gave them the ball, bruv. They struggled to create against us, right? Yeah. Even this season, off the ball, we were good. Obviously, we came back and whatnot. But the main thing when we play these guys is mentality, bruv, right? And how Maresca decides to set up. If he decides to set up in this high line, and not press from the front, we'll lose the game. That's the issue. But with these guys, Arsenal, they are going to press us from the front. And the way Chelsea play, if you press us from the front, we can beat that press. And when we beat that press and you've got Enzo getting on the ball and Palmer and that, I know he's on poor form, but they can still create something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? It's going to be an interesting one.
Like, real talk. I
can see that being a 0-0.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Who's at home? Who's at home that game, by the way?
We're playing away. We're playing away, innit? We're playing
away. I wanted to ask you a question about that, Don, yeah? Because are we going in Chelsea section, yeah? We'll
move on. We'll move on to Chelsea soon.
When we get there, I'll ask the question because I don't
want to... Yeah. No, but listen, the main thing for me coming up to this game, right now, we're struggling to get over the line against the big sides. You know what I mean? Against Spurs and these man, I don't look at these man as part of that. You know what I mean? These men have relegation for them, right? I'm talking about the Arsenals, the Liverpools. You know what I'm saying? Even United, we beat them, cool. We don't hit the same. So we need to make sure that we make a statement. Because right now we're climbing again, bro. We beat them. We'll be 3 points behind them.
Say you and Arsenal are the only teams to not win at Old Trafford. So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, listen, it was a shocking day out. Even
last year, win Newcastle, Bournemouth, Tottenham, Liverpool, like everyone has, apart from you guys. I'll just throw that in there.
Yeah, I see you and Deji got a little bit of a spring in your step because you came back against Bournemouth and that. You know what I'm saying? Relax yourself, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, we need to grow up. That's what it is. These kids need to grow up and go into that game with no fear. Because Arsenal, I'm sorry, don't be scared of these guys. Don't be scared of them, bro.
Hey, famous last words, man. Don't be scared, man. Let's get these super chats in. Guys, the 2.3K in the building, man. We're on 749 likes. Let's get these likes up to 1,000 likes, people, man. Big up to my guy, Lucas, man. West Ham fan says, much respect, mate. You are a real one. Big up to you, Lucas, man. It's been a while. Big up to you, bro. Big up, Saeed. I'm glad you put Julian in his place. Big up, Cider, always, man. Big up Midday. As a City fan, I'm holding Pep accountable for this season. Horrible tactics, in-game management. We lost 15 our last 13 games. Wake up, fan. This is rubbish. Wow. I didn't even know that. 15 our last 30. Wow. That's crazy. I hate how you're a fake fan for saying this is sackable for playing Silva right wing in 2025. How does Odegaard think You're playing with 10 useless. We're pressing. Big up Saeed Inspiration, my bro. Big up the panel. Big up to Marine says, big up Saeed from a Celtic fan. Keep giving a voice to the Palestinian people and hell to with that waste man, Julian. Yeah, big up Marines, man. Always, bro. Always, we will stand up and speak up, man. Like I said, my platform, I will always continue to do so, man. 100%. Big up to you, Frankie. Hey, Dan, with the ownership making Arteta the third highest paid manager in the world, you see him staying for years as long as Champions League is obtained?
Yeah, I
PTSD.
do, Frankie. I do, bro. Yeah, I think he'll be here for a while, man.
Yeah. Juno says it's okay. Dan is always next season.
Netflix FC, man.
Yeah. I stand respect the 50-year-old. Please, Stella. Come on, guys. In Arteta's voice, big up the panel on the chat. Arsenal are bridesmaids, FC, LA. There's going to be a fallout between Arteta and Berta. Big up to Balaja said Arteta is another Ten Hag. Look where Ten Hag was after United. He wouldn't land any but big job after Arsenal. Him and Arsenal are stuck for a good time. Put some respect on Bruno Fernandes. And big up to Abdi Sue. Says big up for sticking for what you believe in, no matter what. How that ball weirdo tried to get you to take off the pin off was disgusting. Yeah, man. Always, bro. Big up to you, man. Like I said, I addressed it yesterday, people. And yeah, man, we stand for what we believe in on this channel, and I'm sure most of the panel do as well, man. So you get me, we keep it moving, man. But bond that guy, Julian, and if you see him, say you get me, say what you want to say to him. You know what I mean? And just keep voicing your opinion, people. So yeah, man, each and every time. But let's move on to Liverpool because obviously that's kind of close to the title race. Roms, man, 15 points clear. You know, I was in the Sidemen charity match here, and then people were telling me 1-0 to Southampton. I said, bro, man, like,
listen, Saeed. Let me tell you something about this bottom left guy, this shameless guy in bottom left.
What did he do?
I was at the game, my old man, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the
First half, we were all over them, right? But will you say that again, George?
I saw Don's messages and stuff like that.
Bro, he called me, bro.
He called you.
He called me 1-0 down at Anfield at Southampton. Listen, I knew Don was shameless.
Let me talk.
Let me talk. I knew Don was shameless, but I didn't think it was that shameless. But first half, all over them. Curtis Jones should have bagged. Yeah, should have bagged the chance. We were all over them, right? Against the run. Alisson and Van Dijk sometimes do this. They have this miscommunication. For me, best keeper, best centre-back in world football, but they sometimes have this. Most Liverpool fans will agree. Once in a blue moon, they have a little mind, whatever, and then Smallbone scores against the run of play. But this is the thing with us at Anfield this season, yeah? The whole stadium was still galvanised. We still knew we would come back and win. I know you say, albeit Southampton, but I can name you other games. When we had 10 men against Fulham and we went behind twice, we knew we wouldn't lose that game. United's a bit different. Like, we still thought we would get something from the game, and we ended up not losing. Forest, and I know Wolfie's in the chat somewhere, Forest is the only game where we still believed we'll come back and win, but we didn't win. But whenever we go behind at home, away from home is different, but at home, we always have that belief that we'll come back. And then as soon as the second half starts, Slot makes 3 changes, right? And we also made 6 changes in totality because of the concussion sub. You know, you're allowed an extra substitution if a player gets concussed, because Bednarek came off for them. I hope he's all right, and I hope he's in good health. But we made 6 subs, but that's what Slot does. Whenever something's going against us, or because the tempo in the first half, I'm not going to lie, as much as we creating chances, it was a bit dire. We weren't moving the ball as quick as we should. It's like, you know what? Let me get Elliott on. Let me get Jones on. Let me get all these players. Let me have a bit of urgency, right? And then we just done what we've been doing all season. There's games we've not been particularly great, but you know what champions do? You grind out results. As to why we're about to match you, Saeed, 20 for 20. Do you know what I mean?
I know, man. It's killing me. It's killing me, man.
It's annoying that Don's ran away because Salah's getting all this stick. Oh, no, he's back here. Love the great timing.
Salah's leave studio back to them, bro.
Listen, Salah's getting all this stick. Penalties. Well, you know you can miss penalties. Ask this guy. You can miss them. You can miss them.
Wait, I didn't say anything about Salah's penalties.
Has he got hoodie?
No, I'm not saying you said anything, but there's this narrative. Salah's scoring a lot of penalties, but penalties you can miss. We've all seen, and this is why.
Let's have it right, Roms. Yeah, it's only like this is typical Salah, and this is why me as a player, I'm never going to be a Salah fan, because he drops an all-time stinker midweek. Literally goes 007 and everything, just 000000. and then on the game back goes up against the easiest team in the Premier League. And what does he do? Get 2 penalties for the win. Like literally, and it's gonna be he's got 27 Premier League goals now. Look at him, you can't stop Salah. Like, yeah, like he's stat padding against the relegation fodder. That's what he does. Like, and then when he comes up against good fullbacks, he hides. Like,
George,
that's disingenuous, George, man. Come on.
George, end of the day, bro. End of the day, goals win you games, and that's what he has been doing for us. But I don't like this narrative, and I had this for side again. I don't rate Bruno Fernandes, but when he first come to United and he was scoring penalty after penalty, people calling him Penandes. I don't get all of that because people acting like you can't miss penalties, and 2 penalties which we needed, he put it back, he wins us the game. And I have to give my props to Núñez again. Say what you want about him, it's probably his last season in the club, but he got us back into the game. Luis Diaz was excellent as well. I've always said I miss the Luis Diaz that tries to beat his man. Like, do you know when he first came to the club, that first 6 months, he was just taking on everyone. But after that injury, become a bit apprehensive. But he was back to his old Diaz. Kyle Walker-Peters, which I regard as a good right back.
He's a good right back. I like him.
He had him on toast. The majority of that game. So Luis Diaz did his thing. Núñez gets us back into the game. I think Harvey Elliott, he probably needs to start now because he's literally saying to Slot, play me and I'll produce. Him and Salah on that right-hand side, the amount of combinations they had, right? It was amazing. Again, our defense didn't really have to have much to do. Alisson could have had a cigar in his mouth. And when he got called upon, Archer came on and was actually stretching the pitch a bit. He had a shot where he basically hit across goal. Alisson saved. But for me, it was a formality. This is the game we had to win, should be winning, and we won at the end of the day. And we move on to PSG tomorrow night. Slot made a lot of changes. I think once we went 2-1 up, I think he did have an eye on the PSG game, understandably. But yeah, 15 points clear. No one's really pressured us now. I just hope we win it as early as possible, get past PSG, then start concentrating on Champions League, man.
That's done, guys. Like, bro, like, what is like?
You can win it in 5 games, so it's pretty much going to be done in
4 games. If we beat Arsenal, it could even be 4 games, including Arsenal.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, it should be wrapped up early. And
then the league 6 games played. This is a real Arsenal title race.
Two Guard of Honours we'd have to give Liverpool, and the only 2 Premier League titles they've ever won, and it's us that have to do the Guard of Honours twice. Unbelievable.
Yeah. You know what, Poch? You don't have to, but it's classy of you to do. You don't actually have to.
We are a classy club, I'll say that, but it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
So how many goals is Salah on now? What's the goals now?
27.
He needs 10 apparently, innit?
No, altogether it's 44. He matched Henry and Haaland. Altogether 44. He needs another 4 to have the best goal contribution season in the Prem.
Goals, though. I think he need 10. Does he need 10 in 9 games?
Yeah, me personally, I don't think he breaks hard. I think he finishes goals maybe.
Well, I don't, because I was speaking to a chat yesterday about this, and I was thinking when you get to like 5, 6, 7 games later, so like 4 games to go, and the league's done, and you're still in the Champions League,
he's gonna
why would Slot be like playing him night? So his minutes are gonna decrease now for the rest of the season because you don't need to spam him out.
But do you know what? LB? I agree with you because I want to focus on the Champions League once we officially wrap this season up, Premier League season. However, Salah has that winning mentality.
Officially, listen to this guy, man. I want to officially, bro.
You know what I mean? Officially, obviously we've won it, but once it's actually we've won it, right? But Salah, he has that winning mentality. He's going to say to Slot, I don't want you to bench me. I've got records I want to break. I want the assist record. The assist record, I think he breaks. I think he will get 4. I think he needs 3 assists to match it. He's on 17, 4 assists to break it. But in terms of the goal record, I think the overall contribution record he'll break. He'll get the most in the Premier League season. But the goals one, I don't think he's going to break Haaland. I think he maybe gets another 5, 6 goals. And that'll be still a wicked season for him. But yeah, man, on to PSG tomorrow. And it won't be an easy game by any account. But yeah, the Prem for me was the after Arsenal drew 2-2 to Aston Villa all them months ago, Premier League was done. It was done for me. There's no real challenge this season. So hopefully get over the line against Newcastle this weekend. And you know what? The baby travel's on. You know what I mean?
Baby travel, yeah.
Bro, now listen, man. It is what, like, for me, like, this could get even more, like 15, 18, 19, like, bro, like, keep carrying on, like, bro, like, I just think it could, like generally, it could be like you know how we were, like, behind Man City back in, was it 17, 18, 19 points? I remember when we played second with Ollie, it was like not even a race, man. Like,
Yeah, well, that's like us though, side. We've not actually been in a title race really at all.
Yeah, really, yeah. Like it's just
You've been flirting with it. You've been flirting with it.
It's just been
flirting,
top four, man.
It's
Top
as good
four,
as Chelsea's title race this season. You know what I mean? And whatnot.
Yeah,
When Don did that bit,
Look, we flirted with it over a little period, and we got dumped out.
yeah, I've still got that video, man.
If you beat them, you're 3 points behind Arsenal. You know.
I know, bro.
That's what my question I was gonna ask. I know Don's gonna have some words about that. He's gonna be feeling extra.
I like that, George. Nah, go on, bro.
Nah, because obviously big game this weekend. You know, it's pretty much a 6-pointer, you could say, for you guys, especially 6 points behind Arsenal. I mean, are you gonna ruin their season and potentially finish above them? I don't know how you feel about that, Don, because we know the back end of last year you had your best running form in the last 10 games. Can you replicate that and go above Arsenal?
Yeah, listen, we could, didn't it? Whether we will, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, I haven't got that confidence to come into.
What's Y Scout telling you?
Listen, it's not even about Y Scout right now, bro. I know both teams inside out. You know what I'm saying? I know both teams inside out, and I know my team. I know how my team has been when it comes to the bigger games, right? What we need to do is put out a performance like what we did when we went to Anfield, because I thought in that game was actually quite good.
You were good. You were good.
If it wasn't for that second goal that you scored, Romsey, where you sucker punched us, I reckon we potentially even beat you in that game, bro. Because we scored and then you scored straight after we scored, bro. It kind of just ruined our
Sanchez flying out the flying out the chain.
But that was a mad ball. That was a mad ball from Salah.
No, that was a good. I can't lie, Don. That's probably, even though you lost, that's probably one of the better performances in a big six game we've had this season. You were very good.
On and off the ball, it was switched on. You know what I'm saying? So in this game, every single player needs to play 8 out of 10 minimum to beat these guys, right? You can't go there. Shit as Arsenal have been recently and whatnot. They haven't, even been able to pick up a run of wins even. They still have physicality in that team, right? In that box, they defend well, right? They can just score out of nothing. Trossard, we saw it last season at the Bridge. Last minute of the game, bro. He just scores out of nothing, right? So they can have moments in there. And we haven't been able to beat Arsenal now for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm skeptical about getting over the line because these men haven't been able to prove it as of yet. But in terms of actually beating them, we can definitely beat these guys. But it's all about the mentality for me. That's what it is.
Let's talk on Chelsea. Obviously, you know what I mean. 1-0 win over Leicester. Like, this is actually concerning for you lot. The fact that the last 2 games, how much did you beat Southampton?
We beat Southampton 4-0, bro.
No. I'm saying about in terms of like performance-wise. Like, I feel like Chelsea
still performance against Southampton.
I feel like for me, when I look at the game here, Leicester game, I was like, yo, like 1-0, still nil. Like, what's going on here? Like, I feel like for me, Chelsea now needs to start, I think, playing well now. Like, getting that groove of playing well. Starting to
I've seen a lot of people saying yesterday that the performance was shocking and that. I don't think it was a shocking performance. Like, I've seen us play a lot worse than that. I think the major issue that I had about yesterday is we didn't create many clear-cut chances, right? But when you watch a lot of teams week in, week out, there's been so many games, Roms will tell you this season, where Liverpool haven't had the best chances created, but Salah's been clinical. Gakpo's been clinical. Same thing as Arsenal as well. There's been certain games where they haven't been great in terms of the chance creation, but they've been good in front of goal. That was the major difference with us yesterday. Because I thought from back to front, defensively, Fofana came back. He was very, very good. Enzo and Caicedo, again, had another brilliant performance. Caicedo was sitting on 1 yellow card off getting a two-game ban, right? And he won the ball back like 10 times yesterday, bro. You know what I mean? Without getting booked, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Enzo Fernandez, again, had another good game. He got an assist for Cucurella. Cucurella was solid again, right? Palmer was the only one, really, that was average in that midfield. I thought Sancho had a good game, right? Neto was good off the ball, but on the ball, could have done a little bit more. And Cuckoo was the poor one, right? And Sanchez had a little bit of a moment in the game. But other than that, away from, the chance creation, we got the job done, bro. We just beat Southampton 4-0, who live, like Rom's just told you, in the first half, they were struggling against them at home as well, right? Against Villa, we should have even won that game. We created some good chances. So you are going to have games like yesterday where you're not the best in front of goal, but you still get the job done. That's the main thing for me.
I'm with Don on this one, Saeed, bro. I think you're wrong, man. I think when there's 10 games left of the season, and they need to get Champions League, it's all about the results, man. It's all about the results. Yeah, they've got to get Champions League, mate. If they don't get Champions League football, then that's shambolic, man. It really, really is. So they've got to get the results. You know what I mean? And 1-0 shit house, whatever, not playing great. Get it, man.
They had no threat. LB, this was one of our best defensive performances of the season. And listen, it's Leicester. They haven't scored since they scored against Spurs and whatnot. But we still had to do our job. There were certain times in the game where if we didn't defend properly, they probably score, right? Maresca's in-game management was actually good as well because he brought on an extra centre-back to see out the game. Because what's his name? Rude brought on Reed, who's shit, but he's an attacker. He brought in Mavididi. So Maresca was like, cool, I'm going to counter that and bring on an extra centre-back, which helped us see out the game.
Do you think, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, though? Do you think you get top 5, man? Because I looked at your fixtures and you've got a tricky running, isn't it?
Tricky, yeah.
We've got a tricky running. We've got a tricky running. But the good thing about us is when we play Arsenal after the break, we should have Jackson back. I don't know when Gil is coming back, but obviously we've got Lavia, who's available for the Arsenal game as well, should be. Fofana's back now. So we're getting some players back in it. And like I said, right now, we're winning games and getting over the line without Palmer even playing that well. So I'm just hoping Palmer will just start to, get over the line. Because, bro, when he missed that pen, before he took the pen even, I looked at his face. I know man's had diarrhea on that over the weekend, yeah? But, bro, I knew this guy was going to miss, yeah? I could see it in his face. I said, yo, Palmer's looking nervous. You know what I'm saying?
So Don, so when you're looking at the table, so just like, again, back to LB's question, are you reaching ahead of you or are you looking behind you? I just need to know, like.
Bro, I'm looking above me. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking above me, man. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that West Ham do us a little favor.
Giant Slayer, yeah.
Listen, Brighton have flown up the table because they've won 6 games in a row.
You know what, Don? You see with Cole Palmer, that penalty miss was the epitome of him having low confidence because, cool, his performances haven't been the greatest, but the one thing he always puts in the back of the net, I believe that's his first penalty miss since arriving at Chelsea, right? When I saw him miss that, I was like, cool, you've been performing badly, but it's real bad now. You're not even putting away a pen. So, yeah, I just think he's a player. We were speaking earlier, Potts, that sometimes taking players out of the limelight and that, but he's actually similar to, like you were saying, Potts, with Odegaard, like when they're one of the main players, it's hard to, but I think he could benefit. Like, put it like this, Don. I don't think he needs to play that Copenhagen game midweek. I don't think he needs Palmer to beat the likes of that.
Bro, only one go up in that game, man. Only one go up, bro. We need to make sure that we wrap it up and then.
Yeah, but still, don't you think there's a big concern? I know he's back. I think you included him in the knockout phases, right? But do you still think there's a concern playing him in a team against Copenhagen?
He might not even start that game, innit? Because Maresca was saying he was ill in that, so they might want to give him a bit of rest and whatnot. Reece James was ill as well, right? So we'll see, innit? Because we should be winning that game. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm expecting us to take it to Arsenal. I'd rather we lose actually taking it to them instead of doing this pussy thing like what we did against Man City. They're the sort of losses I hate. You know what I'm saying?
Have we not just spent 30, 40 minutes discussing how that's the wrong thing to do against Arsenal?
Bro, you've got to have a mix. You've got to have a mix, bro. You've got to be able to able to be brave and off the ball, like I said, you have to be compact. I'm not saying, create all these holes and just keep attacking them. That's not what I'm saying, bro. You take your moments. Right? You don't score goals without attacking. I'm not trying to depend on corners to beat Arsenal.
I'll be so real with you, bro. You literally saw it yesterday with United. You've seen it with West Ham and that. Just be pragmatic because I think with the players you have, the personnel you have, you actually can hurt them. I don't think you should do this open, expansive goings for the game because I think if you want a result, like LB just said, it's the pragmatism that you need to adopt.
But what scares me about this team, though, Roms, when we just keep, like having pressure applied to us, we crumble too much. I've seen it happen too much, right? Our strength are our attack. That's what.
Let me counter that though. Let me counter that. You can maybe crumble if Arsenal had a Saka, dare I say, a Havertz and that were kind of scoring like the 5-0 last year. Now, when you adopt that approach of being pragmatic, because of the personnel they have, they've got Marina and Wary Trossard that can't hit a barn door at the moment. Would you rather be resolute?
Bro, I think naturally we're going to be looking to counter them, innit? But I think there's going to be phases in the game where you're going to see Chelsea trying to play their football. Bro, we literally came to Anfield and we played our football, right? But off the ball, we were disciplined.
And then would you say with Anfield it's different? Your personnel, you had Vega that come on. You had Lavia and Caicedo starting.
But Lavia, that's what I'm saying.
Jackson. You had more players.
I hear that, but what I'm saying is Lavia should be fit now for the Arsenal game. I think he was on the bench the other day, right? He should be back for that game. So Lavia, Caicedo.
No, but you just said, bro, how we've underestimated how good Enzo's been. So why do you need Lavia back if Enzo's been so good next to Caicedo?
And I specifically said to you that we still need Lavia. We still need Lavia.
No, I'm just trying, and also I remember last week how you were speaking about, Reece James played in the hole, and Reece James looked really good on the ball. He added us something that we didn't need. So like, why are you talking about Lavia? Why are you
very
caring
interesting
about
question?
Hold on.
Very interesting question.
What I told you last week is that Reece adds more physicality in the midfield that we miss when Lavia is not there, right? And against Arsenal, as meaty as they are, we need to win our physical battles, especially in the middle, right? And that's the game where you play someone like a Lavia, even if he inverts Caicedo into the midfield to allow Enzo, Lavia, and Caicedo to play together. Them three, that'll be good. But like I said, Enzo Fernandez is the guy that we need to help break down a lot of low blocks. But against the bigger teams, when you're playing teams like Arsenal and that, Lavia has to start in these sort of games, bro. Has to start in these sort of games.
You know. Obviously, listen, man. Cole Palmer's had a great season, but the people want to speak about him in it. No, I think it's no goal since January, the 14th or something like that.
Like he's on a drought. He's on a drought, man.
He's in a drought right now, man. Like, listen, we're not going to discredit his actual ability because we know what his ability is. He's a phenomenal player, but he is in a bit of a drought. Like, missed a penalty yesterday. What do you think's going on wrong? Is it just like,
bro? It's a mixture of things, man. It's a mixture of things, man. I think people are being very lazy, just putting it all on Maresca. It's like they're taking all the blame away from the players, right? And the irony of this is, last season, when even would crash it on the players at times, it's you keep blaming it on Poch, But obviously, there's guys now with agendas that want to get Maresca out, and Maresca's not that good. Yeah, there's been games this season where I'm seeing Palmer decision making's been poor. Even when we played Arsenal, there was a time when he picked up the ball, Jackson's gone. He didn't play him. He didn't play the pass to him, bro. Right? There's times where he can shoot. Instead, he's trying to dilly dally. He takes so long on it. Yeah. There's times in Cuckoo's free, he doesn't find it. Right? So there's a combination of things, though. Like there's certain times where Maresca could play him on the right against the bigger teams, give him a bit more space. But there's been times where, as well, Palmer himself, his decision making has been poor. Where I'm like, usually Palmer will just play the pass there. Why is he not playing it? He's been a little bit selfish. It's like he's still trying to be the main man. But I'm like, bro, come on. I know you're our best player, but there's others around you that can still bag as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll still leave with an assist. It's not every day just keep shooting. Sometimes just lay it off. You know what I mean? So, bro, there's been many things, man. And obviously, teams are now looking out for him a lot more as well. That's another thing as well. But end of the day, I believe he's good enough to deal with those situations because I saw similar things last year as well, right? So I think he's going through a little phase. He's still a young player. It's something that he will have to get over, and I think he will get over it. You know, I think he just needs that one goal to go in, and then you'll see Palmer start to get that confidence again, man.
You retracted your statement about having a better squad than Liverpool now. Can we just confirm that, please?
Oh, bro, I retracted it, man, because of our fucking our players can't stay fit, bro, in the 11. You know what I mean? So we're having to fucking depend on our squad players.
There's always a caveat to it, like only because the players.
Giving you a reason.
So you still think that if they were fit, that these players in your squad are better than Liverpool's?
Bro, I rated my bench over theirs. I told you this in the summer.
No, but I'm saying you still maintain that your team is better right now if you're fully fit.
I love Don, man. I love
bro.
Don.
Listen, I already told you, innit? Right now,
I know you already told us. We're just trying to clarify right now in this moment.
Right now, it can't be because we've weakened it by getting rid of Vega and getting rid of Felix. So we can't be right now.
Oh, so just Felix and Vega, the difference between you and Liverpool's squad.
And Mudryk, don't forget Mudryk. Don't forget how much they miss Mudryk.
Vega could have come on in so many games this season to help see out games. Felix could have come on for Palmer in bare games this season. We didn't use him. So
you guys have heard it there. You've literally heard it there, innit?
Give it a month. It's just going to take Esteval to come in the door. Yeah, Oscar's better than this.
He'll be the next one.
Esteval's better than all of the wingers in their team.
Paez as well.
It's funny anyway because it started the season.
Andre Santos. Watch when he starts on Andre Santos as well. Watch.
You know what's so funny about this? You're doing all of this with your little Liverpool gown, yeah? As if I weren't trying to convince you that your team is the best team in the league. You know, I don't know, man. I think Arsenal going to win it over us. I said, nah, bro. I've seen enough. You're the best team in the league, bro. I even told you you're going to beat Madrid.
Now you're thinking too much. That was back in September, October, bro. My manager, I still need to see more of a sample size. Now I know what my manager's on. You think I'll ever see?
Yeah, but my point is, I'll put up your team more than you.
No, but in September, bro, I only saw like 4 or 5 games of my manager. Now, I'm so confident with my manager. Potts will vouch. I just said this to him an hour ago. If Van Dijk and Salah say, I back us to go back to back, regardless what City doing in their transition. I genuinely think I rate my manager that highly. If Van Dijk and Salah now stay with his additions, back to back, baby, number 21. I can see it.
Yeah, man. But listen, we move, man, because like I said, we're climbing up the table right now. Man City, they lost their game. This weekend's actually been good in terms of the teams around us. They've dropped points, bro. So we just got to keep climbing, man.
Yeah, Don, how many? Because I've been discussing this on my channel. Yeah, how many points are you targeting for top 5?
Oh, I saw your tweet. You said 66, innit?
I
you
reckon
won't need more than
66
that.
does it, which for us is 6 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. But obviously you're ahead of us, isn't it? So you can.
Yeah, we're ahead of you by 2 points. Yeah.
Look at Man City actually saying this. This is crazy. Like,
bro, I'm in the gutters, man.
I know that's crazy. But yeah, no, you're on now. What is it?
I'll be fine.
49 points.
Yeah,
well, chill you. You're fucking in the bottom half of the table, man. Have some respect.
You actually can
Black
catch
House are
us.
winning.
It's
No.
crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it? Arsenal are closer to 5th than they are to the top. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Everyone's in the mud other than like the Bournemouths and Brightons and Forest of this world. And Liverpool, of course. That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone
Right,
else
fucking flying, man. They've won the 4 games in a row, man. We got to play them next week, man.
Brighton have got 6 in a row.
You know. Yeah, it's mad.
Brighton are inconsistent, but ever since I said that, like you said, they're just winning and winning and winning.
They're firmly in the race.
We gave them, you know what's so funny, bro? Their first win, I believe, came after we fucking beat us actually when they lost. Was it 7-0 they lost, didn't it? 7-0.
Yeah. See, they lost.
And then we lost to them in the cup, bro. And then we lost to them again. Remember, twice in a week.
You know what? Big up Brighton, because you know what? I was on the train going back from London on Saturday, and there was a guy that lived in Saddleworth, which is I think next to Oldham, innit? LB, I think it is. And he travels all the way to Brighton. He's got a season ticket. His dad was a Brighton fan. And I was like, yo, man, big up to you. He goes, yo, man, Brighton never been around there. I said, yo, I hope you get top 4, man. And I was like, yo, beat City next week, man. We'll be supporting you, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, respect to that, bro. Because like I said, he's traveling there and he's seeing his team. And I'm like, yo,
where is it? Etihad or Amex?
Etihad. Yeah.
I'll take a point. I'll take a point. Yeah, they probably will, bro. I'll take a point.
And Welbeck and that. Yeah, listen.
Bro, Newcastle at Potts. Remember I said to you, I said, you see Newcastle, bro? They're going to have the same problem again that they always have with their injuries, bro. Yeah. And again, they're missing some key players. They're missing some key players because of how they fucking play, bro. You know what I mean? So they're another team that I don't think they'll end the season well like that.
No.
I don't want to jinx.
Brighton and Bournemouth for me have been the 2 best teams to watch this year outside of what Liverpool are doing. I think they've been so good to watch, man. Even Bournemouth yesterday, I watched Tottenham, man, a cross went in and then a penalty. But Bournemouth was so good going forward. It was really impressive. Brighton as well, to be fair, over what I've seen of late, have looked really good. So yeah, I enjoy watching those games.
You know, so crazy, bro. As much as I love Cucurella, he's been amazing, right? I'm jealous of whoever gets Kirkes because you might know how long I've been banging on him. You know,
it's not whoever. It's not whoever we're getting in.
It's Liverpool.
Listen, same agent as Sabozlai, 40 million in our remit. Him and Sabozlai on the phone every day. They're compatriots. Kirk heads to Liverpool.
Remember, I was telling you, man, this Kirkes guy looks good replacement.
Yeah,
nah, he's cold. That pass he made for that Tavernier goal was class.
He's my guy, man. I've been saying about this Kirkes for a hot minute, and he's the one.
When I found out about him, I used to pull him Milos.
Don, to be fair to you, it might have been White Scout. No bands. It might have actually been White Scout, but you identified Kirkes before everyone knew he was this great player. You told me about him from about a year ago.
It's when you I watched him because you lot played Bournemouth the first game of the season last year, innit?
Yeah.
And that's when I watched the game. I said, yo, I'm gonna keep a close eye on this Milos guy. He's good. Right, and I was even saying, I was popping up saying Chelsea should be signing.
Maybe I want this to be a White Scout, man. I might have to just download that and just buy it. How much is it?
Bro, it's expensive, isn't it? It's expensive, man.
Rah, man got that bag, yeah. Is that what you saying, Dom?
I got plugs. That's what it is.
Man's doing half price Y Scout, innit? Shout done.
You know what?
Agents and whatnot, bro.
In the summer, we're going to be doing midday lives. That we'll all be saying, "Oh, we think our sign's going to be this and that." Don will be saying, "No, he's either this, he's that." I've watched him. He's going to be great.
This is the same Y Scout that Don used to scout Enzo Maresca, by the way. And just
What's your point? What's your point? Is he shit now then? Yeah.
Well, he's not looking amazing. He's not looking great at all. He doesn't look like a competent manager, and some of the solutions that he tries to find just look lost.
I mean, he's been doing well the past, I'll probably say 2-3 games, bro.
Against Leicester and Southampton. What are we doing there?
You still got to get the job done, right? You fucking drew against Leicester, you joke, man.
Yeah, because my manager's a joke, man. That's the difference.
You just said my manager's a joke, man, as well. So what's exactly? You're contradicting yourself then.
No, he's just a bigger joke, man. Like your team's.
I'm a bigger joke, man, but I'm fourth.
Bro, like you said, you were going to be better than the teams above you. You did not expect to be below. Again,
how can he be a bigger joke man than Ange? That's crazy talk.
Enzo,
we've got you soon as well when you're coming to the bridge.
We have got you soon. We've got you soon. Yes, we do. Make sure you win that game. Keep that.
We'll talk about that, bro. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
I don't think I say it'll be fit for you, man. Against you, man. You know,
yeah.
One game off for too much time.
Man City, though. Man City. I can't lie to you, bro. You know how bad it is, Man City. Yeah, like, bro, like nobody was even really like talking about Man City's loss on Saturday. Like, it's I don't know you, man.
Normal, isn't it? It's become typical now. Like, it's like
normal, you know. Let's move on to something else, man. You know what I mean?
2006 all over again.
Chat. Come on, man. Tell Saeed to move on to something else, man.
You change your bio, by the way. Like, it's not P51 anymore, bro. You need to get a new one, man. But listen, bro. I'll be honest with you, man. Like, what happened, bro? Like, what's is it just dead? Is it just feels like
just dead, bro? It's just dead, isn't it?
Has Edison got to do better? There'll be.
Oh yeah, of course he does, bro. 100%, man. Terrible, man. You can't be allowing that in. 100%, man. Now listen, it was a dead game, man. Awful football match. Yeah, it was just crap, man. I don't really think either team done enough to win it. But when you can't defend your near post like Edison, then you lose the game. So. Yeah, disappointing, man. Like we were rubbish. The fact that we had a week off as well, and then we went there and put that performance in is wild. You know what I mean? I thought we would have been at least had some urgency to our game, but it wasn't the case. So yeah, 10 games left, and we got to win 6, draw 1. I think 66 does it, man. I think 66 does it. So we got to get the 6 wins and a 1 draw, mate. But yeah, not good, man. I can't lie. Not good, mate. We just got to get top 5, man, and move it on, innit?
What's the problem though when you look at this? Are you still looking at the manager not finding solutions? Because the attack, let's be real, that's where you're just looking at the attack, and there's always they leave a lot to be seen. Like Doku and Savio are so good at beating their man, but Doku in particular, most like he's so busy but so not busy. Like he's doing so much but doing nothing at the same time. Like, do you think Pep's gonna find solutions with these players, or do you just have to look in the transfer market because the attack doesn't look like it's working right now? Or for a long time?
Yes, not working. Yo, big up Potsy, man.
Love. Take care. In a bit.
Nah, it's not, bro.
As well, Saeed. Yeah, we got the chat as well, man. Bless.
Yo, big up, man. Yeah, the wingers just ain't at the level that we need them to be at. The midfield's not good enough. I don't know what he's doing taking Nico Gonzalez off. That was wild. I said as soon as he done that sub, I said we've lost a game. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's just fucking. I just want the season to end, man. You know what I mean? End the season, innit? End the season, innit? Get the season.
Chat, but I was gonna ask you anyway. Big up Hamza. But do you agree with the sun being in Edison's eyes?
Well, is that what he said? Nah, I'd have to quiz him, man. That's crazy.
Hamza's shameless, man. There's a lot need to be done at City, man. I think Kevin brought a replacement. You know what I mean? I think centre backs, man. People don't talk about City. They need a couple of centre backs. I know Cousinov is there.
I agree.
I think there's a need. I think fullbacks, better fullbacks.
We need a full rebuild, bro. Like, I've been saying it for
full rebuild, man.
Like, I'm probably going to need 3 goalkeepers in the summer. Yeah, because they're all probably going to leave. I need a right back. I need a centre back. I need a midfielder, all rounder. I need a creator, and I want a winger. I want a quality winger because as much as I like Savio and Doku, I don't think that at the level that we need for like starting regular. So yeah, I need a winger, man. You know what I'm saying? So we need cap spending.
Do you know why you're probably relaxed and we speak about it every week and your families? Because you just know you'll do it. Look, you've listed about 6-7 positions you need. You're gonna have a lot of outgoings as well. So some on a free, some will bring in some money, but you know you're gonna do it. That's why I think you don't really see that much panic in the City fan base. Yeah, they won 4 on a trot, and they've been dominating the last 10 or so years, but they also know when they need to fix something, they will. And like you said many times, you kind of started the rebuild in January. That 200 million, then you'll probably spend slightly more this summer. That you just know you'll do what you have to do. That's the only annoying thing, where other teams around you, there's not that guarantee. But yeah, right now, I didn't watch the game. I only watched the highlights. But yeah, it just kind of looked. For me, you hit the nail on the head, LB, because even when I watched the highlights, Forest didn't look like they did much themselves. They kind of did what they do most games. They're very defensively solid, whatnot. But yeah, I mean, that Hudson-Odoi, you have to give him credit. I think he's gone to Forest and he's hit the ground running from the start of the season. I think we actually gave him life because he got the winning goal against us.
Murillo, that's my guy.
Serious, but
That's my guy. That's my guy. I like this guy.
I think Milinkovic is better, you know.
Nah.
Murillo's got more to his game, though. He's better on the ball.
Milinkovic, I think he's one of the defenders. When you put him next to a really good defender, he stands out. But if you put him next to a rubbish defender, I think he looks shit.
I think Murillo's more like elegant. Like he's more better on the ball. But I think at defending, like, you're hard, man. Like I actually think that, I don't know. I prefer Milinkovic, but yeah, I just think from what I saw the highlights, it was kind of just. Like watching it for 90 minutes, LB, would you say it was just kind of a bit boring? Like no team really went through it.
I watched it. It was a dead game. Like I said, it was a dead game. I think Forest done their thing. Resolute defensively, try to hit us on the break. They didn't create a lot. But listen, Forest are a good team, man. You got to give that manager credit, bro. Yeah, like he knows what he's doing. He changes his setup every time. Yeah,
you don't change it every time.
Well, very similar. I think he tweaks it game by game. I think he tweaks it game by game. Not massively changing it, but I think the guy tweaks it. I think he's a class manager. You just don't like him because he's fucking gone to Forest and gotten Champions
Even Wolfie don't like him. That's the funniest thing. Wolfie's been calling him out all the last couple of weeks as well. I've been seeing Wolfie come out and say
they've won 1 game in 5. That's why.
No, but it's not because of that. It's the setup and the structure. Like the midfield is usually non-existent. It just depends on the profile he goes in there.
Don't fall for the Wolfie gimmick.
No, but because I said earlier on, like I when watching, the one thing that's been very key, even at Tottenham and at Forest, is the midfield is rubbish. It just looks decent when Morgan Gibbs-White is in there and he's sort of running things, picking up the ball.
You didn't have no clarity in your team, though.
What are you saying, though? What are you saying, though, George? I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, Nuno is not that good of a manager. When you say he's adapting,
bro, come on, stop forcing it, man.
What you think Nuno? Because he's having a good season, you think Nuno's a top manager now? Is that what you're saying?
I think he's a good manager. I think he's a good manager.
He adapts well,
you don't like him because you're jealous of what he's doing at Forest.
Because
you're 14th and they're 2nd or 3rd in the league.
No, because he failed at their club, so he doesn't like that. You do well at
Forest. The analogy is your girl left you.
No. You just sat here and said that you think the way that he sets up and he adapts on the fly. No, he doesn't. He does the same setup. The midfield just looks different depending on the profiles that he throws in there. Whether he wants to start with Yates or Sangare or Morgan Gibbs-White. Again, against you guys, they didn't necessarily look good. They just again, Hudson-Odoi managed to do a few good runs.
I want to speak about one player from City, though. A player I still rate him. But look, if you do get a Verts in next season, because I think that's the one. You know what? Big up Daps. Daps was saying on the stream last week, when City really want a player, they go, especially when a player is sought after. They're very sought after. So I remember KDB at the time. Remember he come from, I think it was Wolfsburg. Everyone in Europe wanted him. City made sure they went out and got him. Haaland. Real Madrid, you had all these clubs linked to him. You went out and got him. I think Verts you probably get over the line. But what does this mean for Phil Foden? Because I rate Foden, but again, I've seen he got hooked. I think he got hooked early. Like, if Verts does come in, what does that mean for him next season? Because essentially he's probably going to go. Say that again.
I'll play both in the midfield.
The both of them.
Yeah.
But don't you think with just don't you think both of them with just the Rodri behind would be enough?
This is what we were talking about. Yeah, absolutely. Bro, we've done it in the past, man. We played David Silva and KDB together. Now, all of a sudden, when I say Foden and Verts, everyone's like, "Oh, you can't do that." What? We did it. We've done it for time.
Because let's be honest, Rodri, obviously, we know he's the best DM in world football. But do you think there'll be times where he will need a bit of help? I know he can do.
That's what I want to. Yeah, but he'll get a defender to invert into midfield, isn't it?
What about Nico Gonzalez? I thought he was going to play alongside Rodri in the midfield.
Yeah, but there's 70 games a season, so you're not going to play Verts and Foden every single game, innit? Like, you'll rotate, and Nico G can come in, Nico G can play to DM, and you can rest Rodri, because you've not been able to rest Rodri.
You think potentially Foden could like not be phased out of the team, but his role be reduced again going into next year if you guys...
If he doesn't improve, yeah, absolutely, yeah, 100%. He's got to improve, man. I ain't going to sit here and be like, oh, he'd come for our academy, so I'll play him every game. But if he ain't playing well, then he don't play. Simple as, you know what I mean?
Don't play, yeah. No, you're right.
Well, I just put it down for an off season. Hopefully next year he'll improve. And if he doesn't, he doesn't get in the team.
How much are you confident you'll get Champions League football though? Like, give me a percentage.
85.
Yeah. Have you seen their running, Saeed? Have you seen?
We've got a favourable running, man.
Yeah, they're running compared to everyone else around them.
If you agree with me, Saeed, that 66.
I should Derby in there.
If you do the double over us this season, I'm retiring from this game.
Bro,
I swear to God, man.
Listen, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm going to say to you that Ruben Amorim will be up for that, and we'll play our little low block, mid block, whatever you want to call it, and then hit you on the counter. And with your defense, I wouldn't be so confident. Like, you've got a brilliant attack, and you might score, but bro, like, I'm up for that game. Before, if you told me this a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, I'd be like, nah. But now
Arsenal got these man feeling extra nice. It's crazy.
Nah, man, but it's one of them where it's not going to be an easy game for you. Like, you're not just going to come to Old Trafford and say, you know what,
United in big games, they are annoying, bro. They actually
annoying, bro.
I know you beat them 3 times, but even at Anfield, like, we were kind of lucky to get away with a draw. They're annoying in big games. They just are.
Bigger games, I think Amorim's got a plan. Obviously, it's the smaller games that we struggle, man. Do you know what I mean? So let's see. Thomas said with Hoyle, it won't be Hoyling up front, mate. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you think, Cesar?
You know what? I want to give Cousinov credit though. He looks like he's.
Bro, this guy's a fucking player, man. I don't get why people are saying he's been shit. He's not been shit.
No. He's quality.
You know what it'll be? Because they watched the Chelsea game, and that's the only perception they have of him.
Exactly.
They're just sticking to that
fucking
game.
Good. Arguably now he's our best defender, man. The guy's got. Sorry though, I want to ask you a question though. How many points do you think you need to get top 5? I asked Don before. What are you saying?
I don't know, man.
Wait.
I'd say if you get
his clock.
I don't think he has clock. He didn't clock the question.
I'm talking about Man City.
No, you speak about United.
No, I'm speaking about
United.
I ain't gonna do that.
Even they're thinking like, oh,
wait, George, did you think the same as me? I thought you were trolling United.
No,
man. I was done, man. When it's about confirming safety, you know what I mean? Those are
I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's even mathematically possible for United to even get top.
Nah, I don't think it is.
It is technically because they're only like us.
Yeah, but everyone has to lose every game.
Yeah,
they'd have to win every game to get 64 points. And I said before, 66 does it. So according to my maths, no, it's not mathematically possible.
Yeah, like, that's crazy to me.
I think 66 does it, man. And the thing is, I'm saying that we can lose 3 more games and still get it. Like, surely that's surely we're fucking doing that, man. That's shameful if we don't do that, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's talk on Tottenham, man. You know what? Fair play. You got me a big 6 prediction, right?
I actually need to thank George, man, because obviously, like, I'm rivals now with Bournemouth, innit? So thank you for the comeback, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you for the like I said, the big 6 prediction. Perfect.
Obviously, good for you as well, isn't it, George? Because it keeps you above United in the league, man. So you're 13th. So yeah, it's good weekend for you, man.
Where'd you go?
Hey, above United, we stay. No, I'll be real. Didn't really expect much from the game. In the morning of the game, I sort of predicted the draw, and that was me clutching. I was like, at our best, we're probably gonna get a draw out of this. I just felt like, off the back of our recent performances, I think it's clear to see the players aren't playing for the manager right now. I think you saw there was like some comments. People were trying to do the lip reader thing of Maddison when he was on the bench talking to Sonny, saying we always play the same way. And I suppose with going into this game, you saw the midfield setup. He went in there with no Bergvall, no Maddison, no creation, no risk takers in that midfield. And ultimately, we saw first half, Bournemouth just dominated us. Like you said, Bournemouth one of the best teams to watch because just how quick they are in the transition. Like they get on the ball, and that turnover from Kirkes, Semenyo, Kluivert, Tavernier, whichever one it is, Evan Nilsson, they're just 5 of them blowing at you, and you can't stop. Like you literally can't stop that attack because They're good in the 1v1s. All of them are willing to take their man on, but they're also willing to do the little 1-2s and combinations. So they caught us off guard a few times. Probably deserved to win the game. I will say that they would have felt hard done by the result. Tottenham, like you said, 2 very lucky goals. I think Kepa lost his head. He just shown himself for the goalkeeper what he is. The ball was so far away from the goal. Son was going nowhere with it. It reminded me of what Kinski done in the Liverpool game for Nunes, like so far away from the goal. He didn't need to commit. Comes out, dives, gives us the penalty, and ultimately brought us back into the game. But outside of those chances, I don't feel like Tottenham created enough. Don't feel like Ange made the right decisions. He made some subs at the right times, which was probably a good thing. But outside of that, it's just typical Tottenham performance. I'll be honest, as of recently, like there's no belief, no structure really in the way that we attack. We had a few shots on target in the second half, but yeah, man, I'll be honest, I don't even know how Ange is still in a job at this point. Like, what is it going to take to set
Europa League, isn't it? Europa League.
That's pointless though, because Europa League, I'm looking at this game, it's like, yeah, we might beat AZ Alkmaar, we might go through, but the next round, we're not going to beat that other team, whether it's Frankfurt or Lyon, we're not going to beat them. We're going to
Did you not say you're going to win it?
Didn't you say you're winning the FA Cup and Europa League, right?
So have you got?
No, you said that, and what does that mean? Our minds change. We both get things wrong.
Here's my hot take.
You, Saeed. You know what it is? As the season's gone on, I've been taking notes from my Saeed. I'm like, deluded take number 1, deluded take number 2.
Here's my hot take. Yeah, here's my hot take. I believe both of you. Well, it's not really. You could see it as hot, depending on how much you rate Tottenham United. But because you're both at home, I think by hook or by crook, I think you both actually make the last 8. But the both of you, it's crazy.
We'll both make the next round, yeah, but we're not going to go much further. Like quarters and semis will be both of us get knocked out.
Do you know what I will say? That first 15 minutes, Romero must have been on a 2-day bender because the way he was giving away the ball, I think he grew into the game. That his box defending improved, like whatnot. He was like showing the wingers down the line, whatnot. But bro, that first 15 minutes, I said, this guy's gonna give them a goal. He literally misplaced. I saw a stat. I think it was 3 or 4 misplaced passes in 20 minutes. Yeah. It's crazy. But you know what? First game back. But I feel like that's a player, and you might agree. But you know how Levy is. But I think he just looks like he don't want to be at Spurs anymore. And
you know what's funny as well, yeah? After the game, he come out and he's obviously like, "Thank you for the return, I appreciate the." But at the end of the post, he done a special shout out to the Argentinian medical team, not Spurs medical team, the Argentina medical team for helping him come back to injury. I promise you, he doesn't like Spurs. He's not. I think his career is done. He's obviously called out Levy and Co already this season. For like Romero's counting his days. He's counting his days at this point.
Yeah. Hey, yo, can I just I don't
because you'll get some money for him.
I think like 60-70 mil we'll probably get for him. We brought him for like 45.
He's got a couple of years left.
I think 2 years. 2 years he'd have. Oh, right. 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I've got I just seen a tweet. Yeah, Bayern Munich will not stand in the way of a departure for Harry Kane if a club triggers his 67 million release clause this summer.
Arsenal will take him now.
He says Arsenal, Man United, and Spurs all interested.
Don't tell me it's from that guy though. That says this is true. What's his name?
Nah, it's Transfer News Live. 2.6 million followers on Twitter.
To be fair, I did see that quite some time ago.
But he does have a release clause in it,
summer as well as for January. Like he does have a release clause.
What his wages, man?
You know what? Yeah, I know. Like we're looking at a kind of a younger profile of a striker, but I tell you what, Nunes is going. We all know this. Yeah, I would sign him now.
How old is he now? How old is he, Ron?
32.
33. But if you watched him midweek against Bayern Leverkusen, he doesn't look like he's
still gets the ball in the back of the net, bro. That's
31, yeah. To be honest, that's good money, man. I think, like, bro, if I needed a striker, I'd be paying that.
Kane's got another 3-4 years at the top level in him. I don't
67 mil for Kane.
This is my logic. If Salah does go, that's one player that can actually
replace his level of contribution for real. That's the only player.
He's 31, LB. He's 31. He's 31.
In a system where you've got players around him and you've got it's a proper system, you could use him. But he needs to go to a team that's already set the foundation. Like Liverpool would be a good move because then.
Do you not think Arsenal should go for him? Do you not think? I know he might not go there, but you don't think
he ain't going to Arsenal?
He's a gooner. Have you seen the picture of him?
I know he's a gooner, but
He's like
Do you
the
not think
invincible
he should- do you
striker.
not think they
Just
should try
played
it?
for their academy,
Everyone's saying
man,
that
always
Arsenal need a striker. Why not go for Harry Kane? Try and convince him.
That would be worse than the Sol Campbell one.
because
Yeah.
Arteta has his mind set on Sesko, so they need to go get Sesko. That's why.
Sesko Gyökeres, yeah.
Apparently,
That's-
we're linked
that's
with Sesko as well now, Jordan. Apparently, we're strongly linked to him as well.
He's got a release clause, haven't they? It's like confirmed for like 60 million as well.
Literally
So they're
this.
around the same price.
Kane scores in any team, but yeah, a lot of. I don't even think it's just us. I think a lot of clubs want to go down that like profile of a younger striker just before their peak, so you get that 5-6 years out of them. But I'll take Harry Kane tomorrow. Oh my god!
Oh, man. I'd take him at City, man. I mean,
Oh, you're too greedy, bro. Him and Haaland, you're too greedy. And Marmouche, nah, man. God forbid.
I don't know, but like I said, ultimately, like it's one of them, man. Like Premier League this weekend's not been a great Premier League weekend. I can't lie to you. It's not been a mad weekend.
no.
I think
And the
next
fact that
weekend
that game yesterday ended in a draw, man, was dead. I was dying for Bolton to
yeah,
lose, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
It's just an L, innit? It's a shit season, man. I can't lie. Good job there's a top 4 race, mate. Otherwise, like, they'd
It's the
literally
worst
be...
season for a United fan, man. Let's be honest, man.
It's the worst Premier League
Worst
season. It's
season
got to be
for a
like top
long
3
time.
worst Premier League seasons of all time, man. You know what I
Do you
mean?
know?
It's
Do you know
awful.
when you knew it was
But
bad?
Liverpool won't care, though. I'm not saying Liverpool should care.
Yeah,
but-
no,
Funny, mate. Do you know why that's
It's not
funny, though,
Liverpool,
LP, though?
not Liverpool's
Because
problem.
it's like considered, even the last time Liverpool won, it was like this is the worst season in the Premier League in a long time. So both of the times, I'm not saying that you guys are bad team, but I'm saying both of the times you guys
Nah,
have
but
won it,
the thing is,
they
yeah,
are
you say it,
literally
that's-
considered by
Yeah,
fans
it's not
the
a dig
worst
on
seasons
Liverpool.
last
Not a dig
15
on
years.
Liverpool. You think any Liverpool fans getting upset about that? Why, bro? You someone in the league. No one cares, innit?
Yeah, no one's.
you don't
No one's
care.
I'm just, but
The
it is.
spectacle of the league is just dead. Like, there's no title race. There's pretty much no relegation. We've got a top 4 race, which is actually decent, to be fair. But other than that, it's just dead, innit? It's fucking March. And let's be
I think
honest,
it's
yeah.
good for the
Most of
mid-table
us,
teams, though.
yeah, it is. But most of us said the league title was done like 2 months ago as well, innit? Let's be real. I said as soon as Saka got that injury, I called it, man. I said it's over, bro.
Same.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know when I knew? Yeah. Like you see top 4 races, you don't have to be as consistent as a title race anyway. That's why we've seen the different top 4, I think, each of the last 3 or 4 seasons. However, when Chelsea went 3-13 and they're currently in the top 5, that's when I knew, the rest of we're doing our thing, but the rest of the league, nah, man. It's
you know, and also what you got to remember as well. Look at the bottom as well, man. I actually feel sad, man. Like what Southampton have got 1 win in the last 5, yeah. Leicester have got 5 losses in a row. Ipswich have got 1 draw and 4 losses.
Yeah, but hang on a minute, yeah. Who did Southampton sign, yeah?
They signed
No one really.
You know,
I know one player because of Don.
Yeah.
Leslie. That's only because of Don.
Southampton signed,
he's
yeah.
on loan. He's on loan though.
Let me have a look who they actually
They bought
signed. in the summer, yeah.
Downs. They bought Downs from West Ham.
What's the Premier League lowest points record ever? Derby hold it.
11.
What did Southampton have?
9.
They could potentially finish on the worst point tally. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Right, they spent 120 million euros, yeah, which is what, like 100 million. Yeah? They got Arwood Bellis from City on a deal. They got Ramsdale from Arsenal. Downs,
25 million.
Archer, Matthias Fernandez.
Oh, Archer's been
Breton Diaz.
How much is Archer?
Like 18
17 million euros.
Oh, that's been a disaster of a signing, man.
So who there did they buy who's like proven quality? You might say Ramsdale, but not really.
Ramsdale, yeah, that's about it.
A lot of people have been impressed with that Harwood Bellis from you guys.
No, I agree, but that was also obligation to buy.
Oh, first
they had to buy him because the contract when we loaned him was like if you get promoted, you got obligation to buy him, right? So who did they actually buy there? So I'm saying about these teams that get promoted, yeah, they don't actually buy the players that they need.
Ipswich bought a lot of money, spent a lot of money. Go look at Ipswich.
I think Ipswich kind of tried, you know what I mean, but like. Bro, Southampton, man, not being funny. They did.
But you know what it is, though. We have to be honest. The reason why they do that is because of the football league structure is that when you get promoted, you get loads of money, but when you go down, you lose loads of money. So you don't try to overspend because you have the PSR issues of if you're putting.
Hang on a minute, yeah, but you get the parachute payments, yeah, when you get relegated, you get dull. And what you do is when you sign these players in the Prem, you say, we'll give you the Premier League wages, but if we get relegated, we're going to slash your wages in like 70% off because we can't afford the wages.
That's what puts a lot of players off going there in the first place, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think so. If you're a player, yeah, who's on like sort of standard wage and you get an opportunity to move to a Premier League club, on big dough.
Newly promoted one, but if they're saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna give you 100K a week," but if we get relegated, we're taking that down to 40 or 50, then that's big questions.
Yeah,
like,
they might look at it long term, innit?
Right.
I think got to try, man. These teams don't show no ambition. Burnley done the same thing last year. Yeah,
You saw what happened with Nottingham Forest, though. Like they showed too much ambition, and yeah, it's paying off now. But how many years did it take for them to start pushing on?
But then Wolves, George, Wolfie literally said, and I get it now. The reason why you can't fault them because it's paying off, and they would just hold that 3-4 point deduction because they knew probably further down the line.
I agree,
they'll
man.
be in good stead.
You know,
How much money have they lost
Forest,
in that place?
Forest,
They lost like 300 million.
I proved the point that it's
I'm
worth
not
just
entirely
taking a
sure.
6-point deduction, man.
Remember that season they signed like 13, 14 players when they first came up. Nottingham Forest signed
But
like
to be
50,
fair,
15
a
now or
lot of their
something.
players, from what Wolfie was telling me, I think a lot of their players were loaned or they had to sell them. So they had to, even though like 13, 14, it was more than that, bro. I think it was 20 plus that actually came in, but they had to sell like 16 or 17 or either loaned or not.
Wolves are just like chilling, you know, like knowing that I think they're 6 points ahead or something like that. Yeah.
I'm just about to ask you lot though, do you think they could still go down or not?
Oh no, because they're literally not doing enough, bro.
Bro, these teams don't win below them, bro. Ipswich and Leicester have not won a single game in the last 5 each. Not one win between them in the last 10 matches.
No. So how are they supposed to make a run? And the ones that are coming up next season, I think it's Sheffield United. Leeds might go up, and then maybe I don't know what the championship is looking like this season. But then Leeds lost last night to Portsmouth, was it? They lost yesterday to Portsmouth. And let's look at the table. Leeds, Sheffield United, and Burnley are in the top 3 right now. Obviously, first 2 go through automatic, and then it's Burnley, Sunderland, Coventry. Fair play to Coventry, by the way. He's done well, Lampard. And West Brom so far.
I've realised, you know,
I'm scary. Are they going to cause a bit of problem next year? Like, I don't know.
Saeed, quickly for Lampard, yeah. He's found his level. Do you know what he needs to do? Just bake in the championship for years because he's done well with Derby, he's done well with Coventry. And then if he does come up to the Prem, don't go to a top 4 or top 6 club. Just go to
working at this level.
Yeah, like go to kind of a bottom half club because
English managers always thrive at clubs like that. Always.
Yeah, and he does well in the Champions League, but he just Champions League, Championship, but he likes to go straight up to Prem and just just stay there. Because whenever I hear of him in the Championship, he's doing well. His teams are on unbeaten. I remember that Derby team with Mason Mount and you know that Lawrence guy that was in your academy, Saeed. I forgot his name, something Lawrence. That team, they went on mad runs, bro. Got to did they win the playoff final? I think they lost. Yeah, they lost the playoff final, but yeah, man, he done well in the Championship, so he just needs to stay there, man.
Yeah,
Prem.
No, honestly, man, fair play to him, innit? Yeah, it is what it is, man. But listen, people, we're gonna wrap up here. We're gonna get a couple of super chats involved. Big up my guy Don Hussam from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Yeah. Someone tell that group from the Minions to not impose his beliefs on anyone and keep his mouth shut. Big up my guy Don, man. Always, bro. Love each and every time, my guy Don Hussam, man. Crazy Julian back behind this. I would have punched him. Big up to you, my guy Sammy. I say we all stand with you. DR Sports is going mental in support of you and Palestine. It's a disgrace what happened. Take Julian off AFTV. Listen, it's up to them what they do over there. You get me? Like I said, for us on my platform, like I said, we continue to speak on matters that are affecting in the world and whatnot. And yeah, man, free Palestine always. Big up the chat for supporting us. Big up to everyone who said the super chats, man. LB, man, what you got coming up on your channel, man, today, bro? Let them know, man.
Don't know, you know. It's a depression session, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We'll do something in it. We'll do something, man. But big up the panel as always. Big up the chat, man. Big up the chat for supporting us all the time, man. You know what I mean? Good show, man. I always enjoy doing this show. Same. Always have the banter, always having the sick debates, and as a panelist, man, we're always reading your comments in it. We don't always obviously read every single one out because there's pure of them in there, man. But we always see the comments, man. It's always pretty funny in it. So yeah, big up to you guys. And yeah, good show, man. You say?
You know, LB's not lying because if you ever see any of us laughing, it's normally at you lot's comments.
Yeah. This is the thing. If you ever see us just like smirking or laughing, it's probably we're seeing one of your guys' comments in the chat, man, and we're probably just like fucking laughing at it, man. So yeah.
Nah, real talk, man. Big up to you, Rums, man. What you got coming up, man?
Big up, socials. Another episode dropping Wednesday night, so just before the Champions League rounds on Football Third, we'll go for that. And my socials, Ramel Andre. Listen, if you like me trolling Arsenal fans, it's basically what I do for a living now on Twitter. Just to get follow. But yeah, big up. Like LB said, love this show. One of my favorite shows of the week. You lot in the chat kill me. You know what I mean? That, like I was saying just now, if you see us laughing, it's because of you lot. You lot make this show as well. As much as us, you lot make this show. So big up Don, obviously, George, LB, Pots that left as well. And yeah, man, have a good week, you lot.
Yeah, man. Bethel, man. Big up to you lot. Obviously, we're going to redirect as usual, man, to man like George and Hooks. You get me? I'm going to see Hooks get cooked, man. You know what I mean? He's been chatting.
Yeah, George cooking.
Yeah, cooking, man.
Yeah, man. There's a special video I'm going to play just beforehand for the people, yeah, just to see how.
Come on. I will see that. I will see that.
Shout out to Nick for that. But yeah, no, apart from that, big up to the panel, big up to the chat. Make sure you smash the like. We should have been on like 1K likes or something. I don't know. I wasn't.
Hey, yo, just before we go as well, yeah. Just before we go, just proper rapid, yeah. Have any of you guys seen that Lookman's goal last night again?
Bro,
I didn't watch the game.
These guys are fucking balling. I've been saying it for a long time, man. I can't believe no one tried to get him out of there in January, mate. Yeah,
he's leaving. He's leaving though. He's
no,
leaving.
you just saw the notification from Eurofoot, innit?
Bro, I've been feeling Eurofoot, man. Come on.
But now, do you know what's funny though? If you actually watch the full game, yeah. Like he will frustrate a lot of people because he tried that goal like 5 or 6 times prior to the actual goal. So it takes some.
I watched him against Real Madrid, bro. The guy's cooking, man.
Cooking. Yeah. You know what's mad, LB? That league's mad because Juve a couple weeks ago beat Inter, which I think are leading the league, and then they go get smoked, and they were at home, and then they go get smoked.
He's been poor, man. Motto's poor. He's been poor. He's had a good little stint at Bologna, but the level up's been crazy.
Just defensively good. That's all it is. He keeps them. Really
I reckon Arsenal should go for Lookman, man. I've been saying it for a while.
Bro, Arsenal, bear man. Like even Liverpool, like Diaz, if he wants to leave, Lookman.
You know what's I think Diaz is staying now because Barca. I thought Barca had the money. They can't even register Olmo. So apparently Diaz, we're in talks with contracts with most of our starting 11, but I don't think we'll go for a left winger now. I think it's only Nunez and Chiesa and Salah 55 that will leave. But I would love him at Liverpool. I think he's quality.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Guys, make sure you follow everyone. Go to George's chat and just write, you know what I mean, stinker Hooks, man. You know what I mean, whatever. And yeah, big up to everyone locked in. Big up to everyone who showed love today. And yeah, I'll see you later on for the Straight Jacket podcast, man. We're out. Peace.